Comings and goings on the close now, with neighbourly deeds in between, in Brookside.
Waiting for news, aren't I? What did the hospital say?
They say it's comfortable. Though I don't know how they make that out.
Took some punishment, though, didn't he? I thought he was a goner last night when they put him in that blood wagon.
You're not the only one. How he got away with bruised ribs and a couple of stitches, I don't know.
The drink.
Drink?
He's a wet brain, Alan Partridge. He's been drinking for weeks.
I know, poor Mom.
Mind you, it may have saved him from further injury. Being drunk, his body was relaxed.
Then again, if he hadn't been, he might have been able to fight or run away.
Run away? If I'd have caught the thug who did this to this place, he wouldn't have run away. Two smart jabs in the right place, I would have turned him into dog's meat.
Why? You in whose army?
I've got medals for boxing, love. In fact, I boxed for the army.
Which army?
Well, there's only one army, the British Army. I boxed a paddy once.
Less of a paddy.
Knocked him out cold in the first round. Fergus, or forget his name. He was a lance corporal. He never boxed again. His problem was boozing.
And my problem's tidying up around the likes of you.
Well, you'd better start by sticking this fella together. Looks as though it's worth a few bob.
I don't like to interfere. I'll put it aside. I suppose the insurance will want to see it.
Insurance? This place needs more than money. It'll take us a fortnight to clean it up.
It'd take less if someone else did a bit to help.
Me, for instance.
And the rest of the neighbours in the close. I've been here since breakfast and you're the first to show his face. Some neighbours.
That's drink and all. My missus thinks he's a monster. Can you blame them? The way he's been carrying on these last few months.
Perhaps that's why he's kept on the bottle. Without anybody to help him leave it alone.
I've told him about his drinking. I've tried to help him.
Well, you could try again. You could help me lift these big things and put them back in order.
What, with my heart?
Your heart?
Yes, love, my heart. That's why I had to give up boxing. If I hadn't had to consider that, this fracas wouldn't have lasted so long.
Hi, Mum.
Is that all I get? Hi.
How's Gran?
Fine. Couldn't you get any more packets out? Perhaps you could make this place look a little less like Armageddon?
I've had my revision to do, Mum.
Of course you have.
Oh, thanks.
Well, if I've got to move heaven and earth in here, perhaps you'd care to take my bags upstairs.
Okay.
Don't say nothing, will you, girl? It's only a few weeds and sods up the garden.
Have you finished?
Just about. What do you reckon?
It's all right.
All right, after the work I've put in on that.
Well, it's neat anyway.
We've got them few plants to go in. Do you want to show me where they go and I'll dig them in? I haven't got a clue.
Can we do it now, then?
Yeah? Why?
Well, I was going to get changed. I'm going out later.
Oh, aye. You never said. Hey, you haven't got another fella, have you?
I said I'd meet Maureen.
Oh, hey, listen, when you see Maureen, tell us to give my regards to Brian. I haven't seen him for donkey's years.
OK.
Did Maureen phone you?
No. I bumped into her this morning.
What, at Tesco's?
Yeah.
You all right, Sheil?
Yeah?
Hey, got something to show you.
What?
This. Came this morning. My passport.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, Sheil, I'm saying nothing. I just wanted to think about it. And there's this as well. There's nearly 100 quid there. That's for clothes for Spain.
Keep it for me, love.
I'm supposed to be going on Saturday, you know.
I know. We'll go. Come on, get your trowel. Let's get these plants in.
Well, I'm off now. I've done enough. And I've got to get Heather a tea.
I'll hang on, shall I?
What for?
I'm a bit worried about the pain missing out that door. Regular security risk, that.
You're going to fix it.
Fix it. Oh, yes, love, I'll fix it.
And while you're at it, you could stand those shelves straight.
I'll see what I can do, eh?
If you manage to finish your reading first.
Oh, come on, we've got to go and see Alan and Ozzy, and it's on the way. Look, I had to go on it this morning, it's dead sound.
An estate, is it?
Well, it's a sort of custom job.
Sort of custom made for Grant's Tool Eye Limited.
Is this a private argument or can anyone join in?
Oh, hi, Rose.
Is there any news?
Comfortable, they say.
Well, we're just going to see him now before the match.
Do you want to come?
Give him my regards. I've got to get Heather a tea. By the way, I'm sorry about last night.
Oh, it's okay. Heather was probably just surprised to see us. We're not that close.
I thought the neighbours would be closer here. I've been trying to tidy up Alan's all day and no one's come near. Except that Mr. Cross.
And then only for a nose.
See ya.
See you then. Bye-bye. Heather!
Oh, you're still here?
Yes. What's that meant to mean?
Well, I came home. House is empty. Breakfast dishes still on the table. For all I know, you might have changed your mind and gone back to Timmy.
When are we going to eat, Mum?
Just as soon as I get rid of this stuff.
Perhaps I should have gone to see Alan in hospital.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. Perhaps this latest accident will make him come to his senses.
It was hardly an accident. That Liz woman brought a thug round to beat him up deliberately.
Well, he's best left to his own devices. As long as we're not involved.
Can't we eat now?
No, have to wait until your father gets home.
That won't be for ages yet.
Did he say he'd be late?
Well, he always is, since you went to Gran's.
Oh.
I'm glad you're back. I won't have to do all the cooking now.
I thought you took it in turns.
When I was actually here, you did it. Or Mrs. Tate.
She cooked here?
Once or twice, yeah. Trying to compete with Dad on Oriental cuisine.
So, this is her mess, is it?
Yeah. He wanted me to clear it up before you got back. Wouldn't eat what I'd made because he was rushing out.
Where to?
Well, you'll have to ask him.
Didn't you?
Said he was going for drinks with people from work.
But he can't stand the sight of those people.
I know. That's what I said.
Harry, can you give me a hand?
I'm busy.
I'm busy fixing the damage you caused.
Give over, will you? A bit of scratched wall, that's
You
all
wouldn't be
it is.
doing this if you hadn't smashed it in the first place.
You left me holding the bed. I had to let it go. You wanted Alan out of our house. I had to smash his door. What are you doing here?
I live here, mate.
You should be in hospital, me laddo.
Aye. Well, I'm not, am I?
That's not going to do you much good.
If you're on tablets, you're going to finish yourself good and proper.
They can keep the tablets. This'll do for me.
They must be mad letting you out.
They didn't let me anything. I signed a form and walked out. Have you got the picture?
Is it because I didn't have a tea on?
What?
Your mood.
Of course not.
It's the only night I haven't done the meal since I came.
Yes, I know that. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Is it nearly ready? I'm ravenous.
Yes.
He'd have been on that stretcher last night about have been 20 years younger. I've laid bigger blokes out than that for more than a week in me time, I'm telling you.
And I'm telling you to do something useful, Harry Cross. You can collect those bottles for a start. They're everywhere. And as for you, my lad, you sit down. I want to talk to you.
Look, leave me alone, will you? I've had a belly full of interfering neighbours.
If it hadn't have been for neighbours last night, you might have been dead.
Oh, yeah?
Who do you think called the ambulance? The fairies at the bottom of the garden?
I thought they'd as soon have let me die.
I'm not having that. It's time you pulled yourself together, Mr. Partridge. Give me that glass.
Leave me alone.
Give it me.
Look, I'll drink what and when I like.
Not if you're my neighbour, you won't. That's the last drinking you do, Alan Partridge. From now on, you're going to be the chap I used to know. The real Alan Partridge, my next-door neighbour. Have you got the picture?
Gordon, will you come and sow these seeds for me?
I've still got loads to read, Mum.
It'll only take 5 minutes. Look, I know it's a bit late in the year to be planting them, but they were a present from Gran. Please.
All right.
Just along there. Pity your father couldn't have encouraged Dorothy Tate to do a little gardening. Doesn't seem to have done too much himself, either.
No. Mrs. Tate said he should cut the grass. He even suggested I should do it.
Did she? Well, you've got far more important things to do. Pushy. That's the word I'd use to describe her.
Yeah, she wants to take over all the time.
She seems to have been quite successful at taking over while I was away.
Could have told her she'd try.
Not without encouragement, it seems.
I can't understand it, you know. Dad seems to enjoy her company.
What am I supposed to do while he's out enjoying Dorothy Tate's company?
Are you going to plant those, Mum?
No, I'm not. If your father can lose interest in the house and family, so can I.
If you're well enough to drink whiskey and sign yourself out of hospital, you're well enough to do this.
It hurts.
It's your pride that's been hurt, I hope.
You hope.
Come on, get cracking. There's all this lot to go on yet.
No wonder you couldn't knock 7 bells out of that fella. There's enough of the hard stuff in this house to start an off licence.
And you can get cracking too. Pour that lot down the sink.
There's pounds worth here.
Pouring it down the sink is no worse than buying it in the first place. Go on, get cracking.
Drink does help, you know, Edna.
Self-pity's a good excuse. Just like my Uncle Walter. His bride-to-be ran off with a commercial traveller when the bastard had been 2 weeks. He was like you, drinking till he didn't know what was what. It's a weak man that turns to drink. Harry, what are you doing?
I'm getting rid of this, Phil.
It wouldn't have happened at home, Heather. The whole street would have been in to help the poor man.
Alan's been impossible for weeks.
It makes no difference. Not to me. You were rude to Michelle and Terry last night. They're a nice couple.
I didn't invite them.
Perhaps you should. And the other neighbours. You can't concentrate on work and forget everyone here. You should be more involved with people. Especially since you and Roger broke up.
I haven't got time.
You wouldn't say that if everybody out there treated you like Alan Partridge.
I'd like to see them try.
And how about a man?
Oh, come on, Rose. This is 1984. You're not going to start preaching to me about a woman's role, are you?
Your own brother would take you up the Aldemar. You've only got to say yes.
So you told the neighbours?
It's true.
Whether it's true or not, it's actually none of your business.
Well, you should try getting along with other people. Try getting along with your neighbours.
Perhaps I can delegate that to you.
I'll not ask anyone in again without asking you first.
Must suit yourself, Rose.
No, I should ask. It's your house. It's only fair.
Well, I'll be away next week for a fortnight.
Oh.
On a course for my new job. And don't look so disappointed. Have the whole place to yourself for a fortnight.
Sheila, you better take your key with you, girl. I'm going to go down the Swan for one.
I'm not going to be that long. Bob,
Yeah?
I know you don't usually, love, but it's Ascension Day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Will you come to Mass with me?
Yes, go on, I suppose so. I'll say a prayer for the engines on the plane.
Something like that. See you, love.
Ta-ra, Queen.
We should have gone the Aussie, you know.
To see in the van. That fella must have thought we were right ones.
It wasn't a van.
With the fur on the inside and the mirror on the ceiling at the back.
It was a good run of that. All right, Mrs. Grant.
God on her. Do you not think Rose was right? The neighbours round here are a right lot.
Well, we're part of it, aren't we? By not going to see Alan and Ozzy.
Well, maybe Edna knows how he is. Edna?
Hello? Oh, hello, Dad. Yeah, she's back. Yeah. Dad.
Hello, Paul. Oh, Hamlet. Not my first day back, too. Your father's held up at the YTS. He wants to know if we'd like to go out for dinner.
No.
No, Gordon doesn't want to. And I don't think I do either. I think I'd rather stay here altogether. Paul?
Are you soft or what?
I told him he should have stayed in hospital.
I thought you were going to be in there for weeks.
I've got to get this lot tidied up, haven't I?
I thought you would have gone there, Alan. What happened there? You should have beat the stuffing out of him, the fella your size.
I told him that, so. I wish I could have had a go.
Behave yourself, H.
I didn't notice you getting mixed up in the fracas.
We thought it was an argument between him and Liz, didn't we, Michelle?
Oh, look at this. It's ruined.
I could kill him for this. They've just destroyed everything. Just everything. I could kill him.
You would have done if you hadn't have been bevied.
Are all the bottles empty, Harold?
Yeah.
I'm tired. Let's go home. All the drink's gone. Don't let him get hold of any more. Remember what I say, Alan Partridge. No more.
Cheers, Edna. Sorry about the window pane, Alan. I'll come back later and fix it properly for you.
The window pane? After this lot?
You should have based him, Alan.
Harry?
No, not Harry. The other fella. Who was he? Do you think you could find him?
Dunno.
You want to.
Hey?
Revenge.
Oh, don't be soft.
Well, if someone done this to me in my place, I'd want to do them right in, wouldn't you, Alan?
I don't know.
You want trying out. Get the ale out your system, then go after them.
You should do what Edna says. No more drinking.
Get yourself fit.
Yeah, you should. You've let yourself go down the neck.
Because of Sam.
Yeah, but... Well, you're not going to find anybody else, are you? Drinking yourself soft.
I bet you haven't been to rugby training in weeks, have you? You want to get back into that, you know, and then get all the lads in on it, like you did with the Chinese place. Then that fella'd wish he'd never come round here.
Aye.
Because you don't want to let him get away with all this, Alan.
Hey, that's enough.
I'll kill him. Oh, well.
Is there anything else we can do?
No, no thanks, Michelle. I've just got a little bit of thinking to do, love.
We'll leave you to it, then.
I tell you what, Alan, I've got some weights and that there. I'll bring them round for you. They'll help you get back in shape.
Yeah. You do that, Terry, lad.
All right, I'll see you then, all right?
Yeah, see you both. Cheers.
Ta-ra.
Oh, hello. Hi.
How is he? Mrs. Cross just said he'd signed himself out.
Oh, he's mad.
He's not drunk, though.
No, not today, Heather.
Into the lion's den, then.
Do you know, I don't think there's been a relationship on this close that's gone right.
What?
Well, Heather and Roger, Barry and our pet, Alan and Sam, and now Liz.
I hope you're not going to get in some heavy to sort me out.
No, we know a bit about give and take.
Yep.
About this car thing.
Sorry about that. Honest.
I know. That's what I've decided. We'll get an estate, eh? Suit both of us.
I tell you what, Heather, when I'm fitting well, it's going to be him who's going to end up in hospital.
Alan, I think you're taking the wrong tack. You're not badly injured. Justice is for the police and the courts.
Aye, and revenge is sweet.
You'd be better off making out an insurance claim.
Where would I start?
With a list of damages. A detailed one. I'll go through it when you've finished, if you like.
Would you?
Yes, but don't take too long. I'm away next week.
Holiday?
Of course, for my new job. There's one thing I learnt from Roger Huntington. It was how to make out a comprehensive insurance claim.
Aye, I can imagine.
So, start with the carpets, work your way up. You should be in a hot bath.
Yeah, I'm going to have one now. I've made a mistake, Heather. All this boozing, self-pity.
Oh, I do understand, Alan. I could have gone the same way myself.
Yeah.
Sort your insurance out. That's an accountant's advice.
Thanks a lot, Heather.
It would seem to be positive, Mrs. Grant. I'll examine you. We'd better refer you to the clinic.
Clinic?
Don't tell me you've forgotten the procedure, Mrs. Grant.
It's been rather a long time. Are you sure it's positive?
Absolutely. You're pregnant.
I think I grew out of these shoes during the flight.
I'm surprised your ears are not aching, never mind your feet.
What? Oh. You mean Doreen and Thingamy?
Yeah, Ken.
Ken.
Anyway, it was your fault. You said hello to him getting on the plane.
Well, I didn't get much chance to say anything else, did I?
No, but think about it. We know everything there is to know about cloud formations, don't we?
Come on, love, get the cases. Everybody else will be on the track.
Hail, fellow travellers. We just thought we'd pop outside and see if you got your luggage up all right.
Sorry we didn't get to sit by you on the coach.
Oh, that's all right, love.
Wasn't a bad journey, was it, all in all?
Yeah, flying time was 2 hours and 42 minutes. That's about average for a DC-9. Altitude, 30,000.
I'll just get the cases up.
Yeah, well, next time, remember, it's last on, first off. You pick these things up as you go along, you know.
Ready for a shower and a siesta, are you, Sandra?
Sheila.
Oh, sorry. Sheila. I'm terrible at names.
Sheila, that's an Irish form of Celia. Derives from the Latin. Means heavenly, you know.
Oh, how did you know that?
Oh, well, you pick these things up as you go along, don't you? Hey, you're really going to enjoy yourselves once we get settled in. We'll make sure they do, won't we, Doreen?
Be glad to.
You know, it's a fascinating country, you know, Sheila. Spain, one of the most powerful countries in Europe once over.
Bob, where's the cases?
Oh, Sheila, don't be getting all worked up, will you?
Oh, don't tell me.
Well, I put them on the coach at Alicante. Someone took the wrong ones off.
Well, theirs must still be on there. Are there any on there?
No.
Oh, what do we do now?
Well, I'm going to go in and report at the desk.
Hang on, first things first. And the first thing you do is report it to the courier.
Yes, but I'll have to go in
Now,
and...
look, don't worry about a thing. You leave it all to me. I know the form. You pick these things up as you go along, you know.
Bust. Right. That's just £311 you owe me, Giz.
Not playing no more.
Oh, why?
Can't afford it. Fed up with having no money.
Well, I haven't got none either.
What are you doing tonight?
I don't know. Our kid and the ugly sister are going out, so I've got the place to myself.
Ace.
Giz, tonight is wine, soft music, and the smell of new mown hay.
You what?
A litre aside, the cooked the books and a wet of our Barry's aftershave.
Oh, I'm not flipping Linda again. I know what you're after, you know, and I bet you she won't.
Should we put 50 on there?
What do you think, Ken?
It's smashing, love.
You are glad you come, aren't you, Shay? We'll have a great time. Just you and me.
Well, as long as it is just you and me.
What do you mean, Ken and Doreen? The main thing is we're here, isn't it? Let's enjoy ourselves. Anyway, they're not a bad couple, really.
Well, she's not so bad. He's like a walking encyclopedia. I don't want to get stuck with him, love. We'll have a bit of time on our own, won't we?
Yeah, we're on our own now, aren't we? We can't go anywhere till the cases turn up.
Get her off. Your clothes are all sticky.
Yeah, I know. Why don't you come in and slip out of them?
We will have a bit of time on our own, won't we?
Yes, of course we will.
We thought, what will those two be wanting more than anything right now?
Something to change into, we thought. I'm sure we're about the same size, Sheila.
And I'll bet you'll be glad of this, Bob.
Hey! Oh, no, you're all right, I'll be all right as I am, Ken.
Be all right for you, Sheila?
If you're sure, love. Yeah, thanks.
Well, I'll bring it round then.
No, honest, I'm fine, thanks, Ken.
It's no bother.
No, honest.
Perhaps Bob doesn't like it, Ken.
Well, all right,
Hey,
then
no,
I'll fetch
it's
the
not
other
that.
one.
Only I mean you'll want something to change into. For dinner, at least. If your bags haven't turned up by then.
Bit more your style, Bob.
Hey, no, you're not honest, Ken.
It'll suit him down to the ground, Ken.
Smashing. Right. Well, I'll bring it round then. Or should I say, Bob round, eh?
It'll seem funny sitting opposite our own clothes for dinner.
Oh, listen, love, about dinner. You know, they might not be able to get us a table together.
Oh, don't worry. They're ever so good about putting friends together. We usually go down about 7.
Oh, my God. We've been adopted by a right couple there, haven't we? They're a couple of corkers, aren't they?
Yeah, corkers.
I'm glad Ken came up with that other shirt. That'd be worn around like a roll of wallpaper.
I'm glad I've got this in here as well.
Hey, I'm really looking forward to being on our own. We might even get a chance to talk to each other. Oh, that's better, kid.
supposed to get you fit, not cripple you.
Hey, this is great gear, Terry, lad.
We'll have you as fit as a flea in no time, Alan.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, you two. Would you like a drink or something? You know, tea or coffee?
We don't want to disturb you.
Oh, you're not, love. I was just making out a list for the insurance man. Heather got me started on it before she went off, you know. He's supposed to be coming round later this afternoon.
Oh, well, in that case, Alan, we'll get off then.
No, I've finished it now. I'm putting down on it all the stuff that got broke, you know.
Oh, and a few S's, I hope.
How do you mean? Ah, you mean the old,
Well, if I was you, I'd shove everything you've broke over the last 5 years down on it.
Hey, this is him, I think. Cop that.
Terry, that's fiddling.
No, it's not. It's a fair game.
Your trouble is you spent too much time with Barry Grant.
You what?
This is Mr. Phillips. He's come about the insurance.
Oh, dear. A real old disaster area, this, isn't it?
Oh, well, in that case, Alan, we better get off.
Oh, there's no need for you to go.
No, it's all right, honest. Michelle and I have got a lot to do. I'm helping her buy a new car this afternoon.
Oh, well, if you want any advice about the insurance...
Oh, thanks, I will get off then, eh?
OK, right you are, Terry. Hey, and thanks for all the gear, mate.
Yes, thanks to him, you'll be in great shape to get your revenge. Hell hath no fury like a jilted girlfriend and her minder, eh, Alan?
What did you have to say all that for?
You knew your attackers then, Mr. Partridge. And the police. Presumably they've apprehended the culprits.
Well, not exactly, Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Partridge? The police have been informed of this incident. I mean, presumably you want to be taking charges against them.
Charges?
All right, sir. All right. Hey, how's the monster this morning?
Alan had a nasty blow, and he won't take kindly to you calling him a monster.
Coming in for a coffee? Yeah, all right. Have you heard from your mum and dad yet? Only went this morning, sir. There'll be some goings on in yours, won't there? Yeah, well, the other one's coming over, isn't she? Who? Celia. Oh, yeah. Whose dad owns the shop. What do you think, sir? Don't know. Well, look, I'm doing it for you, me, and a two-eye business. You know that. Oh, you're a martyr, aren't you? And hey, has Michelle bought our van yet? Come, Ed.
Come on, Queen. You look as though you've been sentenced to a fortnight in jail in Walton instead of 2 weeks holiday in Spain.
Sorry, love. I'm fine.
Let's get down in here, eh?
OK.
Hey, and we've managed to dodge Mr. Memory Man for the time being, anyway. You're not still worrying about the kids, are you, Shay? Look at them little ones there. At least ours are old enough to look after themselves, aren't they? No more worrying about them, eh?
OK. They'll be all right, won't they?
Well, of course they will, yeah. Do you realise this is the first bit of freedom we've had since our kids have been born?
Yeah.
Come on, just relax and enjoy your holiday, eh, Queen? Give us a little kiss to celebrate being on our own.
Hey! Oh, look who's there!
Hey, Bob! Smile!
Oh.
You were saying, love.
Hey, you got a lovely smile, lad.
Well, Mr. Phillips, I'm sorry it's been a wasted journey, but if you don't mind, I'd rather nobody else was involved.
Well, if you're quite sure, Mr. Partridge. But quite frankly, it's no skin off our claims department, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry it was all for nothing.
Goodbye, Mr. Partridge.
Bye, Mr. Phillips. Take care. You're right there, Partridge. Best leave well alone.
And then again, you see, even in Junior, you can reckon on about 10 hours sunshine compared to about 7 in London.
I bet you don't see the sun in Warrington, do you, lad?
That's why this is where I'll make for when I retire. You know, when.
You could retire tomorrow if you wanted. You're your own boss.
Is that right?
Bob, do you fancy going to see the Stations of the Cross?
Yes, in a minute, love. What is it you do?
Ken's the managing director. Aren't you, lovey?
Well, that's Doreen's grand title for it. In actual fact, it is my own business. But I reckon to work as hard as anybody who works for me. I'm not one of your absentee captains of industry sort.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that, because me and you might have fell out. I've just been elected District Secretary of the EPTWA.
Get away.
Aye.
Some of my lads are in that.
Aye?
Aye. You and I got a lot to talk about, eh? Well, there's the clothes shop, for instance, isn't there?
Bob, do you fancy going up there?
Yes, in a minute, love.
Is it that square you fancy seeing, Sheila? Come on, then, I'll walk up with you.
Bob.
Don't bother about them, Sheila. They're too busy putting the world to rights.
Go on, Ken, what was you going to say?
And I'm not having a van, or a second-hand Range Rover, or an estate. I'm buying this car for me, not for your tool-eye business.
I know Terry told me you were trying to buy it, Danny, so I was only trying to help.
Yeah, help who? The last thing I'm doing with my money is subsidising you.
Well, I can't say I blame her. Because who are you to tell her what sort of car to get? Oh, no one, mate, her. Only supposed to be your best mate and your business partner, aren't I? Yeah, but that doesn't give you the right to organise her life and how to spend her money. All right, I'll keep out of it. All right. Good. Come on, let's go and look at this car.
Which one? The van, the second-hand Range Rover, or the estate? Whichever one Barry thinks is best, I suppose.
It was a Fiesta you fancied, wasn't it?
You said they were for vicar's wives.
I might look quite good in a dog collar. Come on.
OK.
Must have been a relief to you, Bobby, getting that job. Especially the way things are.
The way things are?
Well, I mean, with so many out of work and that. Oh, and when you've children.
It does help if you can afford to feed them.
You must have had your hands full down the years, what with 3 of them. Oh, is it 3, or did you say?
Yeah, 3. 2 boys and a girl. Mind you, you never know, do you?
Oh, I'm pretty sure I knew. 2 were enough for me. Hey, mine are 19 and 23 now.
My oldest turned 25 yesterday.
Oh, that's nothing. My daughter's just made me a grandmother.
Oh. Did you hear that, Ken? No use chatting these 2 up. They're far too old for those lads.
I don't know. I prefer me a mature woman myself, Bob.
It's the son. Always gives him ideas. Get on.
Listen, talking about ideas, let's get back to the hotel, eh? There's a little shop face and we can get one of them bikes.
Oh, are you and me on the bike?
Hey, that'll be a bit fun, eh?
Are you coming as well?
Oh, where? We can go together. We'll make them to all 4 as well. Come on, give us a mosey.
Oh, all right.
Come on, dance, dance.
Yeah. Get up. Somebody might fall off and break something.
I've just tidied that. Well, it shouldn't have bothered for me, Day. It wasn't for you. You are still going out tonight, aren't you? Well, I might do. But then again, I might stop in. Oh. Why? Is there something special that you wanted the place for? Oh, no? No? Oh. Nah, I am going out. Wouldn't want to stay in and play Gooseby to you and the lovely Linda now, would I, Day? Just be the 2 of you. Divvy.
Come on, Ken. Let's get a bit of speed up.
Right. Hang on to the app, Doreen.
Oh, my goodness. We're lucky we didn't go straight into that bus.
Look, that wasn't luck, that was skilled driving, that's me.
Now, what say all 4 of us go in and have a quick drink, eh?
Well, Bob's been promising me a little walk, and I think we'll go for one.
All right, then we'll see you later.
OK, ta-ra.
Bye. I thought I was never going to get you to myself.
If I'd have realised you were going to be so possessive about my body, I'd have brought you to Spain years ago.
You realise if we eat with them, we're going to get stuck with them all night, don't you?
Oh, no, we won't. We can tell them that we want an early night.
We can have an early night at home. I want to do something special.
Look, I know you didn't want to come on this holiday, She, but you are enjoying it now, aren't you, Queen?
Suppose so.
Come on, Sheila Grant, I know you. What's up?
Hey, Bob. It's the courier. She's been looking for you.
It's your luggage, Mr. Grant.
Oh.
Is it here? Well, not exactly, but don't worry about it. It's on its way, and we're very sorry for the inconvenience.
Oh, it wasn't your fault, love. Marco Polo here loaded them on the wrong camel.
Well, it's easily done. The coaches do all look the same.
I was dragged away looking for the little senorita's room. They're here.
Oh, well, never mind. We've managed to locate them, and they're on their way.
Oh, thanks very much.
I want to make up for the rocky start to your holiday. We'd like you to accept these complimentary tickets. 2 for the bullfight and 2 for the beach barbecue.
Oh, thank you very
That's
much
very
indeed.
kind of you, especially as you weren't to blame.
Oh, you'd be surprised what we can get blamed for, Mrs. Grant. Between you and me, there are clients who hold us responsible for everything from measles to missing false teeth.
Thank you.
Oh, look, tell you what, you've been ever so nice. Have these as well. They're for the coach trip to Elche.
Oh, thank you.
LK should be interested in that, Bob. Largest palm tree forest in Europe.
You're very well informed.
Mr. Payne. Ah, well, you pick these things up as you go along, don't you? I've never been there, of course, but I read about it in brochure.
Look, I tell you what, you're obviously friends. Don't to split you up, do we? Bullfight, beach barbecue, and 2 more for Elche.
Thank you. Thank you very much, love.
There. Now you can all go together. See you.
Bye-bye, love.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, love.
Great, isn't it?
You want to go there?
But I'm not that bothered, really.
No, I'm not. We could go any time this week.
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, to the pictures, if you want me to. But it's on all week, innit?
Yeah, we could just stay in tonight. Sure, Cadman?
No. And our Barry's out as well. You know, they're both out for the night. You know.
Just you and me then, eh?
Yeah. Do you want a drink or something?
Yeah, do you want tea or coffee?
Oh, no. Well, I thought you might like some,
cider? Great. It's the first time we've been on our own. I mean, really on our own, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they say the first time for anything's the worst, don't they?
Yeah, well, so far I like it. Do you?
Well, I could be playing pontoon with Giz, but,
Oh, now you're all stuck in all night with me.
It'll be cheaper, you know, if you buy those in the back streets, Sandra. How you doing? Having any luck?
We never have any luck with the babes.
Hey, Bob says you're off out for your dinner tonight.
Yeah, he's promised me soft music, low lights, and a word or two in my ear.
You're the one that's done all the promising.
Hey, there's a nice little place not far from here. We could go with you.
Ken, he wasn't a romantic evening if he fell over it.
Eh? Oh, I see. Well, have a nice time then.
Right, enjoy yourself. See you tomorrow.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
See you, Doreen.
Bye.
Come on, Sheila Grant, you've got me all to yourself now.
Hey, do you think I should send one of those postcards to our kids?
No, let's leave everything till tomorrow, eh, Queen?
OK.
Listen, no more worrying about the kids, eh?
Well, it's not Barry or Karen.
Damon, he'd be having the time of his life.
Yeah, and that's what's worrying me.
Oh, you can't be hearing.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, flipping heck. I'm not making a very good job of this, am I?
Damon.
What?
Well, remember what you told me the other day about your first proper game of football? You know?
What, you mean the first time I was picked for the school team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a flaming shambles as well. 5 yards from the goal, I fell flat on my arm. That was dead embarrassing, that.
Yeah, but, well...
Well, what?
Well, you have managed to score since.
Oh, yeah.
Damon, do you think you should?
Yeah.
Damon.
Damon, don't tell me you're practicing the kiss of life, aren't you?
I thought you'd gone out.
Yeah, I had gone out, and now I'm back. And, this is Celia, and now you're going out.
What?
Yeah, come on, Day.
Oh, but Barry.
Come on, Dave, we can still go to the pictures.
Do it, we're not pushing you out, Damon.
Don't mind, do you, Day?
hope your dog dies. Thanks a lot, eh?
I've forgotten all about that.
Well, I haven't, Bobby Grant.
Yes, but I didn't know what you were really like then, did I? I'm glad you decided to do this, girl. Come out and have a meal on our own. Mind you, for a minute back there, didn't think we were going to make it.
I'm glad we did as well. I needed something like this.
I know.
Know what?
I know what you mean when you say we want to be on our own a bit more. Look, Cher loved the kids and I wouldn't be without them. Yeah, well, this is the way it used to be, just you and me. I mean, take the young couples down there on the beach with the kids. Oh, I know they're having a great time and enjoying themselves, but, well, it's hard work, isn't it? Well, we've got all that behind us now, haven't we?
It wasn't as bad as that.
What? You've got a short memory, haven't you? It was murder.
Bob.
Well, what, bumping into buckets of wet nappies at 3 o'clock in the morning and trying to live on, what, 3 hours sleep? Behave yourself, Shield.
Bob.
What?
How would you feel about...
What?
Another bottle of wine?
Yeah, fine. Drink up.
Brookside continues on Monday at 11:55.
Hey, it's all right, isn't it?
Oh, it's great. And you knocking him down £100? I'd have just given him what he asked for.
All right. What do you think? Yeah, not bad.
Oh, well, I'll sleep better tonight knowing you approve.
Thought it was supposed to be a van.
It's a car, all right. If you get the business going, you can go to meetings in it. I'll be your chauffeur.
Can't drive.
Terry's teaching me.
I got a good deal on it.
Yeah, it was great.
How much was it? 2.5. What, 2.5 for that? You're joking, aren't you? Could have got it much cheaper than that. How come you always say that after someone's got something? Why didn't you ask me to?
Oh, get lost.
Did you find it?
Yeah.
You took a fancy to the Spanish plumber, haven't you, kid? Must be something in the water.
Yeah.
Talking about water, Ken said yesterday, don't trust the water on your first trip. You pick these things up as you go along, you know.
All right, love, you don't have to talk like him. He's not wearing his clothes.
I've never been so glad in my life to see a couple of suitcases.
I know what you mean.
Tell you what, though, the little courier girl was nice, wasn't she?
Oh, you thought so, did you?
Behave yourself, I mean, over the bags.
You didn't notice her brown legs and the rest of her?
Who? Me? Bobby Grant? Happily married man? Anyway, you've got a better figure than Ed any day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do this afternoon?
Don't mind. What do you want to do?
No, go on, you pick, you choose.
I'll tell you what. You choose today and I'll choose tomorrow.
OK. Let's go down the beach, then, eh? No, why not?
Well, they'll be there, won't they? Doreen and Ken.
I'll tell you what, then. You pick. Go on.
Oh, go on, you say.
A few lengths to the pool, eh, babe?
As long as it's not a few lengths to the pool.
Tell you what we'll do. We'll go and have a nice little drink, and you can make up my mind, eh?
Thanks, Karen.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Karen.
You said you didn't want any.
Well, I've changed my mind.
Well, tough. Do you know what you're doing this, Avi?
What are you doing, Cags? Here, Karen.
Well, I'm going into town because I've got enough money for this material for this skirt I'm going to make a copy of. It's lovely. It's all sort of laced up the leg with all these little leather bits.
I've seen them, the crease.
So are you going out?
Oh, well, we thought we'd, you know, stay in this Avi and watch, watch Grandstand.
Oh, I.
Athletics, wrestling. Oh, wait, the milk race. It's cycling, the Tour of Britain.
Oh, wonderful.
What's up?
Nothing. Nothing. You have a nice afternoon watching the telly, and I'll stand here and watch my car rust.
Oh, wait, Michelle. Honest, it's no use me trying to teach you to drive. I know what it's like trying to teach other people to drive. That's the best way to fall out with someone.
I'm not stupid. If you can learn, I can.
Anyway, you can't just get in a car and go, you know. You've got to have a licence.
You've got to have a provisional licence.
Yeah, which you haven't, have you? Have you?
So?
So, you need L plates?
Oh, do you? Well, I got some yesterday.
Oh, all right, I'll take you out then, after I've had a swift half with Barry.
You're going down the Swan?
Yeah? I said I'd see him about the two-liar business, see if Celia's come up with anything.
Well, now I can go across and tell him you just can't.
Oh, hey, Michelle, just try and be a bit more reasonable, will you?
Oh, that's typical. Typical man. Me being reasonable means doing what you want to do.
Oh, no. No, she says. Today we'll spend the day doing what you want to do.
Yeah, well, Sheila said the same. Funny how we both ended up doing the shopping, lad, isn't it?
Women, I don't know. How do they manage it? Still, as long as they're enjoying themselves, eh?
Oh, Sandra, look, isn't that sweet? Here, what do you think, Ken, for our Anita's baby?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you said, didn't you? Their daughter's just had a baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Flipping heck, all that for that little thing.
Oh, don't be so mingy. Give me 1,000 pesetas. Babies' things are always dear.
She's right there. There's only one thing more expensive than having a baby. That's having two babies.
Come on, love, let's see if we can find you some sandals.
Yeah, we want that.
Hey, Damon, if you had my bases, what would I want with your bases?
Nothing if you had them, because I'd break both your legs.
Hey, don't you wish we had an older brother, Linda? You know, someone to be nice to you and talk to you in a brotherly fashion.
Oh, I can't hear you, Damon.
See what I mean?
What's up with you?
I can't find me bases, can I, Karen?
Well then, you should put them where you can find them, shouldn't you?
Stop clucking around like an old mother hen, will you, Karen, please?
Well, I can't help it just because you can't find your stupid shoes, can I?
Karen, I thought you were going out.
You wouldn't be trying to be getting rid of me now, would you, Damon?
Well, you said you were going out.
Damon? I might. And then again, I mightn't.
Terry's going to be calling round for me in a minute.
Hey, anyway, I thought you wanted to go to town to get that dress. You know, the one with the little thingies down the what's-its.
Damon, if I want to go out, then I'll go. But if I want to stay in, I'll stay, all right?
Well, all right, stay in. Makes no odds to me.
I found it. Thanks very much, everybody.
I shouldn't worry, Sheila. You're bound to find some sandals in the market somewhere. Oh, no. Oh, that looks lovely again. She'll put it against you.
Grumpy what?
Grumpy owners. Legend has it that when God had finished making the mountainside, he took this huge hunk of rock and he bunged it in the sea. He made it into a little island, you see.
Go away.
Yeah, and they've measured this rock, and they find it fits exactly into the mountainside. Fits exactly.
You seem very well informed on these things.
Oh, well, you pick these things up as you go along, don't you?
Oh, that really looks lovely. Oh, and it's not very pricey.
No, no point in me buying something like that now.
Whatever not.
Go on, girl, I'll treat you to it if you want it.
No, well, summer will be over when we get back. Anyway, I don't like it all that much.
Well, what about it, Bob? Do you fancy it? What? Grumpy Owners, the island. We could take the boat trip out to it.
Yes, sir.
No, we've got something planned. We better get a move on, actually.
She must be worried about boats. She seems to be jumpy about something anyway.
Of course, I don't know her very well, but I'd say that's a woman with more than boat trips on her mind. Oh, well, come on. We'll see her later. Sure.
Anyway, we can look at it some other time, can't we? Another day. Yeah, Terry, we ought to go and suss her out now, though. Celia said she'd give us the keys to Savvy. Celia? Yes, Celia, whose dad owns the shop that's empty, that's perfect for the two-layer.
That girl last night. I didn't think she was your type. And you're just pretending you like her to get at this shop.
Yeah, all right, Damon. Anyway, Terry, we want to go and have a look at the shop. Michelle wants a driving lesson. All it takes is a compromise, no problem.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, come on, leave it to me, Terry. Come on.
Have fun, Dave.
Well, what is it you want to do then, She?
I don't mind, anything you like.
What, you wouldn't even go on the boat trip with Dorian and Ken, would you? You said there was something you especially wanted to do today.
Especially wanted us to be on our own.
Oh, come on.
Well, you don't want to spend all your holiday with them, do you?
Well, of course I don't, but there's nothing wrong with making a force them up every now and again, is there? But you enjoy a bit of company as much as I do.
Well, not all the time. And especially not today.
Why especially not today?
Because there's something I want to tell you and I just keep putting it off.
Hey, come on, She, what's up? Come on, you've got the hairs on the back of your neck standing up now, come on.
I've been trying to tell you for a long time. One thing and another. Now there's Ken and Dorian everywhere we go.
Come on now, She.
I went to the doctors before we come away. Well, I didn't want you worrying about me thinking I was ill with Spanish tummy or something wrong with the water.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with you, is there, girl? I mean, the doctor didn't say you were ill, did he?
No, you daft apis. I'm not ill. I'm pregnant.
Bloody hell.
You going to say anything?
Bloody hell.
I don't believe this. I mean, you are joking, aren't you?
Oh, come on, Michelle. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and I better know whose it was.
Look, it might be a good place for the two-layer business.
Look, Michelle, if you want Terry to stay in a dead-end job for the rest of his life doing a valet, well, that's up to you.
Come on. It won't take us long to look the place over.
All right. But I'm not having my first lesson with him in the car.
Look, Michelle, I won't say nothing. You won't even hear me sweating.
You can drive. And I'll have my lesson later, when we're on our own.
I wish I knew what you were thinking.
So do I. Your brain feels as if it's in overdrive. What went wrong, She? I mean, you know, the old rhythm method.
I think one of us must have missed a beat. I didn't do it deliberately, you know, love.
Oh, I know that girl.
Girl. Some girl. Do you know, ever since I found out about it, my mind's catapulted from one thought to another. One minute I was thinking, this makes me feel younger, and the next minute I'm thinking, God, I'm too old for this.
Too old? I think I've aged about 10 years in the last 10 minutes. I mean, Ken and Dorian, they're only our age, aren't they? And they're grandparents.
You're supposed to be enjoying them second-hand, eh?
All the fun without the hassle, eh?
Just when we seem to get everything going for us.
Well, at least you're working.
I know, but it'll still be a tight squeeze, won't it? Oh, never mind. We'll manage, won't we?
We'll have to.
Shaden, the hospital, do they think it's all right for you to go through and have the baby? You know, to have it at your age?
Bob, you know I couldn't. That's not what you want, is it?
No, all I want is you. I want you in one piece. And if having a baby's going to harm you, well, blow what the church says.
Well, the doctor says you couldn't see any reason why it shouldn't be okay.
But you must be worried.
Love, I was worried about the others.
No, but you must feel... Well, you must feel different about this.
Oh, I don't know how I feel.
I can't believe this is happening, you know. A baby at our age.
I'm going to feel like old Mother Riley, going down the clinic.
I don't believe this is happening.
You all right, Michelle, love?
Oh, yeah. Great, thanks.
You sit in the front if you want.
Since when did it make any difference what I want?
Look, I'm only sitting in the front so I can navigate.
So you said.
Well, it's easier if Barry's in the front.
Well, we don't want to make it difficult for Barry, do we?
It's going to be a real joyride, this, isn't it?
Come on, love, just think of the joys of motherhood, eh?
I suppose I was just trying to build up the courage to tell you.
Yes, I know that.
Do you know what I feel more than anything?
What's that?
I feel embarrassed.
What?
Well, middle-aged woman with grown-up kids. Well, you can't really call them kids anymore.
One thing for sure, the other two are going to have to go a lot quicker now, aren't they? This could be a good thing. Give them something else to think about instead of just thinking about themselves for a change.
At least our Damon won't be able to complain about being the baby of the family anymore.
It's going to make a few changes around our place. And not just for our Damon.
Hey, it's all right, this, isn't it? There's an empty flat upstairs. Great, isn't it? It's a bit need doing inside, like, but it looks sound. What was it before? You know, Celia, it was an offshoot of her dad's business. He was a butcher, wasn't he? Yeah, well, you know, Ted, one man's meat and all that. Well, what went wrong? Made her ill. What? She was allergic to just about every bit of stuff in the place. Mind you and all, she feels. Why, what are you allergic to? Well, she's not really my type, is she, you know? Ah, but I'm sure you're willing to overcome this affliction to chat it up with the business. Well, you know me, Teddy. Business before pleasure. Oh, aye, yeah. She's not bad, though. I mean, no, she's all right. She's not that bad, like. Yeah, all right. She's not that bad. Who are you trying to convince, you or me? I'm not trying to convince anyone, Ted. I'm just saying, you know, she's not that bad. Look, as long as you convince her to convince that old fella to give us this place with the two liar. You know I'll do that, Teddy. Remember, I like putty in my hands.
Am I supposed to stand here for another hour or what?
Oh, go on, Teddy. Make it up to her. Give her a nice big kiss on the cheek.
Oh, get lost, Barry.
What was that you saying about women being putty in your hands?
You'd be extremely sorry to hear, Damon. I'm on my way out now.
Right, sound. Ta-ra.
Yeah, that's it, dear one. Try not to cry.
Oh, you're all right, Karen. You get out. I'll answer it.
Hello? How are you? Oh, can you? Can you come round here? Yeah, smashing. See you in a minute. Well, there's room for all of us then, isn't there?
Sit up, Damon. I suppose we'll have to think about moving out.
No, I suppose we will be a bit squashed. Mind you, our Barry might be moving out, mightn't he?
We can't turf our Barry out. Do you think we could do a bit of extending?
I think we're already into that, aren't we, Queen?
You feeling a bit happier, love?
Well, I feel a bit less shell-shocked, yeah?
Your face looked like the doc's did during the Blitz.
I know, I felt like it. I never thought, well, you could have been going to tell me something really horrible, you know?
I'm sorry, love.
No, what I mean is you could have been telling me that you really ill.
Are you trying to tell me I should think myself lucky?
No, but what I am telling you is that what we're talking about here is life.
I wonder what it'll be.
No. Remember you telling me about our Barry? That was 26 years ago.
That was at New Brighton, love. A bit different to this.
Yeah.
It's all a bit different now, isn't it?
Yeah. There's one thing that's not different, though. I love you, Sheila Grant.
Get off your soft acres. We'll be all right, won't it, Bob?
I think we can make room for another one. I tell you what, I think our other three might get itchy feet in a couple of years, and that'll be it.
Oh, Damon will never get itchy feet.
I think he knows when he's well off.
There's no shifting him.
Can we tell Ken and Doreen?
What?
Ken and Doreen.
All right. Do you want?
Well, come on, girl. What are you waiting for?
Oh, come on, Damon. There's no point in us getting mad at each other.
I'm not getting mad at you, Linda.
Oh, come on, then. There's loads of places we can go.
Oh, yeah? There's the pictures, Or then again, there's the pictures. I mean, there's only here we can be on our own.
Well, we won't be now, will we? Not if Susie and Pauline's coming round. And they won't want to be here with us any more than we want to be here with them.
Well, one of us has got to go out, and it's not going to be me.
But I don't think you're Cardinal. Where are you going?
I'm going to tell her.
I think you'll have some more drink, darling. Here we are. Not too much, though, because you're going dancing.
Hello, Ken. Hello, strangers.
Oh, hi, you two.
We thought you'd been avoiding us.
No.
Hey, you look a bit wet, Bob.
Went for the swim, forgot to take my clothes off.
Well, I must say, you both look very pleased with yourselves.
Yeah, well, we've just got something to tell you.
Oh, Bob, Sheila, before I forget, I've got some news for you.
Yeah?
Well, you see, I was looking at this poster today, you see, and there's this fiesta.
Ken, we've got
Yeah,
something
well, you
we
see,
want
there's
to
no
tell
problem,
you.
you see. We can all go together.
No, but Ken, what I'm
Well,
trying
we
to
can go in the taxi,
No,
can't
what
we?
I mean is
Ken, will you let the man get a word in, will you? Can't you see he's trying to tell us something?
Oh, sorry, Bob, you were saying?
No, look, all it is that me and Sheila just,
What he's trying to tell you is I've just told him that I'm pregnant.
That's great, isn't it?
Oh, Sheila, oh, congratulations. Oh, it's lovely, how lovely.
I'll go to the bottom of our road. How'd you manage that, eh?
I don't know, it's just something you pick up
Pick
and
up
go
and
and
go
laugh.
along.
Well, I'm not going out.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, come on, Linda.
Way over, right on. And Prince, and it's in there, and he scored.
Yeah, well, I'm glad somebody did.
2-1.
Has anyone ever told you you're a classy little mover, baby?
Anybody ever told you you're a real smooth talker, baby? Let's go and sit down.
Go and sit down, I'm just getting into my stride.
Oh, you perked up a bit, haven't you?
Picked up, why not? I'm ready for anything.
I'm ready for a sit down.
A sit down, come on, you're cramping me style, kid. Let's dance the night away. That wasn't bad, that was it?
You know what all this is about, don't you?
Hey?
You having more energy than you've had for the last 20 years.
What do you mean?
Sent your virility rating up, hasn't it? Proving you can still do it.
Oh, you mean you being... Ah, well, it's nice to know there's life in the old dog yet.
It's nice though, isn't it?
Wonder how the other two are getting on to Fiesta.
Well, knowing Ken, we'll hear all about it.
Every minute detail. They're not a bad couple, though, she, are they?
I wouldn't mind keeping in touch when we got back home.
Invite them round, then.
OK. Well, we won't be going places when this pops along.
I want to see the faces on our team when we ask them to babysit.
I'd like to see the faces on our three when we tell them there's something to babysit.
never find the right tie.
Is there such a thing as a right time?
Well, do you think this one goes?
No, too gaudy.
Oh, it's too late now, anyway. Where are the car keys?
I don't know what the rush is all about. Haven't even finished your coffee.
Haven't I?
You bolted your breakfast down.
I'm just a bit behind time. No need to fuss.
I am not fussing. But since when have you had to be spot on time to pick up a suit?
Told him I'd be there at 10. I like to be on time. Good practice for getting back into the old routine.
Oh, only planning on starting work at 10 o'clock then, are you?
Of course not. You know very well what I mean.
Where are you going after you've been to the tailor's?
Why'd you ask?
Because I'd like to know.
I didn't plan on going anywhere afterwards.
Oh, then I'll come with you.
I'd rather you didn't.
Why?
A, because I'm late, and B, because, as you know, I prefer to go to the tailor's alone.
Well, I can look round the nearby shops till you come out.
You're nowhere near ready.
It'll only take me 5 minutes to get ready.
You're not even dressed. I'll have to leave now.
Are you hiding something from me? I think you're going to meet someone.
Oh, don't start that again, Annabelle, please.
Where have you been?
Shopping.
I expected you home ages ago. Your breakfast is destroyed.
I thought you never cooked a meal for me till you saw the whites of my eyes.
What have you bought, anyway?
Strings.
Strings?
Yeah, for me guitar.
Oh, what's come over you?
Well, there's a group down at the station. I've been talking to one of the lads. I might just play with them.
What sort of music?
Country and western.
Oh.
Hey, guess what they're called?
How should I know what they're called? They could be called anything.
Right, then I'll give you a clue now. It's good as this. A country and western band, made up of firemen, and it's got something to do with the name of this close.
Blazing Saddles.
How'd you know?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Country and western horses, horses, saddles, firemen, fires, Brookside, Mel Brooks. I'm not daft, George.
I never said you were. Should I warm this up in the oven?
No, George. Take it outside with your guitar and build a campfire.
Hello, Heather.
Hello, Rose.
Are you all right? Did you have a good time?
No to both questions.
Why? What's the matter?
Oh, I don't know. I felt really ill on the second day, and then it got worse. I think there must be a bug going around because some of the other people on the course had the same thing.
Oh, you should have come home early. Surely an accountancy course isn't more important than your health.
It isn't quite as simple as that.
Even so, your health must come first.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Blooming, in fact. I would say a rose in bloom, but as you're not feeling too well.
I must admit, Rose, I'd love a cup of tea.
I'll put the kettle on and make you one.
Anything exciting happened while I've been away? Is Alan still on the mend?
Seems to be, though I haven't seen much of him. Oh, the Grants are on holiday in Spain. On their own.
What, without the kids?
Yes, Michelle was telling me. Oh, you're not at all well, are you?
No. I think I'll have a bath and get off to bed.
Shall I call the doctor?
No, not yet anyway. I'll see how I feel.
All right.
Good morning.
Oh, just look at the state of you.
At least when I've got my own place, I won't have to put up with this.
She's got nothing special to get up for, love.
What have I told you about siding with her? I know it's not our Michelle's fault that she didn't have a proper education.
I never missed school. What are you getting at me for?
She's got a bee in her bonnet again about the kids going to private school. It's a waste of money, if you want my opinion.
A proof school, more like.
Well, that's nice coming from their auntie, isn't it?
Hey, you making breakfast, Michelle?
Do you want some?
Yeah, just some bacon and loads of beans.
Not too many beans. I've seen blazing saddles.
Oh, Marie, you've gone and spoiled it now.
Spoiled what?
I was going to ask Michelle to try and guess the name of the group like I asked you.
She wouldn't have got it.
Got what?
Oh, it doesn't matter now. The answer was blazing saddles.
And why wouldn't I have got it, Marie?
Well, you just wouldn't have. I know you, don't I?
And you're saying I'm thick?
No, you're not thick, exactly. You just haven't had a very good education. I mean, you're quite bright, really. But what you've got from experience, not from teaching.
Osmosis.
Doesn't he play for Manchester United?
I think you mean Remo Moses.
What's this got to do with me wanting a private education for Gary and little George?
Well, you can be very insulting at times, Marie.
And what about you with the twins?
I only speak the truth about them.
It doesn't matter if it is the truth. You're always insulting them.
Do you mind not shouting? I've got a headache.
I'm not shouting, am I, George?
No, that's her noble voice.
What do you mean by that?
Look, can't I just tune me guitar in peace?
We were having a nice, sensible discussion until you came down, Michelle.
Hey, what do you think of us getting a microwave cooker, then?
I think the dog would be in great danger with the twins in a microwave.
If you just go through your symptoms again, I'll go back to the index.
Nausea, slight irritation under my skin, especially around my neck. And I just feel really tired. Those things are lethal. Once you start looking through them, you can imagine you've got all sorts.
Oh, my God.
Rose, please, I think I've had enough of this game now.
No, this is serious.
Rose.
Serious for me, not for you.
What?
I think you've got German measles. We can't stay in the same house together.
German measles?
Yes, and it could be dangerous for my baby. What are we going to do? We can't stay in the same house together.
Are you sure?
Well, it's close enough.
Look, I'll go and see Annabelle. She'll probably know.
No, I'll go. You're not up to it.
No, I'll go. I best describe my own symptoms. Rose, I'll understand if you want to go up to your own room.
I think I will.
And don't worry, we haven't been in close contact.
All right.
I had a close encounter recently.
With an alien?
With an alien world. Shakes you up a bit, I can tell you.
What happened?
There was a couple Annabelle had befriended. He was supposed to be an architect. Turned out his wife had worked at Petrochem years before.
But you worked there at one time?
That's right. Anyway, the upshot was they separated and she needed a shoulder to cry on.
That could be a dangerous situation.
You can say that again. I think Annabelle put 2 and 2 together and got 5. However, I was tempted.
Oh, Cindy. She usually does it round the back, but sometimes she slips up. Oh, Cindy, the dog.
Oh, I see.
Are you all right?
No, actually, I'm not. You don't happen to know where Annabelle is, do you?
I don't know everybody's comings and goings. I didn't know that you were on an accountancy course until yesterday.
No, I know that, Marie. It's just that I need some advice.
Oh, come in, love. Sit down.
No thanks, Marie. I'd hate to pass anything contagious on to your kids.
Why? What do you think you've got?
Well, I don't know, but Rose, you know Rose?
Nice girl. It was her who told me you was on a course. Oh, Michelle's got quite friendly with her.
Well, she thinks I might have German measles.
Oh, well, that's nothing to worry about. Our kids have had it. It's only dangerous if you're pregnant, because you could have a rubella child. God love him. But you're not. Oh, God, Rose is, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Oh, you'll have to get a doctor. Make sure. They'll probably give her a test as well. Do you think you have got it?
Well, I appear to have the right symptoms.
High temperature, spots, could be quite faint under the skin. Swollen glands.
Yes. Rose is very worried.
Right. This is what we'll do. I'll just go and dump these, and then I'll go and see Rose and tell her to pack her bag.
But she doesn't have anywhere to go. It's rather complicated.
Oh, that's all right. I know all about her. She can move in with us. I'll look after her.
No, I'd hate to impose on you like that.
Impose? Don't talk soft. That's what neighbours are for. I was brought up to know when to interfere and when not. Just because this is a posh close, it doesn't matter to me. It should still have the spirit of the terrace street of the dingle. Just you wait here.
But you don't have any room.
It's all right. Our Michelle can move in with you till after it's all over. After all, I feel as though I owe you a favour. You know, with what happened with me dad and everything.
Well, what can I say? Only thanks a lot, Marie. I'm sure Rose will be very relieved.
Just wait there.
The wind was blowing across the plain so hard I couldn't see.
Get rid of these, George.
Give over, I was just enjoying myself.
We've got an emergency on our hands.
Somebody pinched the chip pan.
Do I have to ring a bell to get you moving?
What you got in there?
Rose from next door is coming to stay for a bit. Just get rid of them and I'll explain it as we go along. Won't be a sec.
Hello, Heather. When did you get back?
About an hour ago.
Are you all right?
No, I'm not actually.
Right, off you go, love. See you later then, Heather.
Bye-bye, Rose.
You can go in now, Heather.
Thanks again, Marie. Do you want to come in for a minute and I'll explain? I'm just waiting for the water to heat up so I can have a bath.
Well, why are you waiting out here?
In you go, love.
Hello?
Hi. Sit down, love.
Thanks.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Oh, no, thanks. I've just had one with Heather.
Heather's got German measles.
She come out in swastikas.
Typical of Amanda.
It was only a joke, Marie.
Very insensitive, one and all. It can be very dangerous.
Sorry, I didn't think it was that much. Our lads have had it, haven't they?
Dangerous for the unborn child. And Rose's.
I hope Michelle doesn't mind sleeping next door.
Oh, not when she knows the circumstances. She'll understand.
Understand what? Michelle moving next door?
That's right, George.
I don't think I've ever seen so many bills.
Run your bath for you. The water's quite hot, so you'll have to be careful.
Oh, thanks, Annabelle. I'll give it a moment or two.
So you've a new lodger?
Yes. I thought briefly I might have the house to myself for a while.
Sound as though you'd enjoy that.
Bliss.
Oh, I hate it. The hours I spend alone. And there are going to be more of them. Paul's starting back at Petrochem.
Oh, that's terrific. Is it his old job?
Oh, no, it's not in the mainstream factory. It's a subsidiary.
But he must be delighted being back in his own field.
Actually, Paul and I haven't been getting along very well just lately, and I did the traditional thing.
What was that?
Went back home to Mother. I had to get away from him. And Gordon, too. I thought if I was on my own, I could think things through. Assess my suspicions clearly.
Suspicions?
I think he's seeing someone.
mean seeing a woman? Oh, Annabelle. I mean, Paul's a very charming man, but surely...
I know who she is. I think he was going to meet her this morning, and I messed things up.
How was that?
He was going to pick up a suit from his tailor's, and he refused to take me with him.
Do you normally go with him?
No.
Well, then.
It was the way he dashed off and left me. I'd suggested that I could look at the nearby shops while he was at the tailor's.
Are you sure you're not overreacting at the moment?
I went anyway. I thought if I followed him and he met Dorothy Tate, the other woman, I'd confront them.
And did he meet her?
He saw me in the street opposite the tailor's. Don't think I'd make a very good detective.
Was she with him?
I think I spoiled the rendezvous by being seen.
Did Paul say anything? I mean, you came home together.
He didn't say anything. He was fuming with anger. I was too upset to confront him.
She could have to.
Yes, I know.
I don't mind him, Maurice. He seems like a nice enough kid. It just seems funny having a stranger in the house. Pregnant stranger. Pregnant Irish stranger.
You just make sure that you dress yourself decent, no vest with holes in.
Well, it is a bit of a mystery, isn't it, her being here?
She's just a young girl in trouble and we're helping her out, that's all there is to it.
I just hope there's no terrorist connections, that's all.
Do you want a bolt on the bedroom door, love?
I really do hope Michelle doesn't mind staying next door. It'll be a bit of a shock for her.
No, she won't mind. Have you unpacked everything?
Yes, I have.
Well, I'm going shopping if you want to come with me.
Oh, I'd love to come.
Great. Do you want anything, George? Any items of musical instrumentation? Any leaflets on microwaves or private education?
This sounds like an interesting shopping trip.
I don't want anything, Marie. Hey, what if Michelle comes back?
Well, you know what's going on. Tell her. Oh, you can pick up the kids for me and all. It'll save me a trip.
Yeah, all right.
Tra. Bye, George.
Goodbye.
Paul. Paul, we've got to talk.
I'm surprised you're not in disguise.
Paul, I'm serious.
So am I. I suggest the next time you decide to stalk me through the streets of Liverpool, you dress up as a barrow boy or a gypsy selling lucky white heather.
Don't be ridiculous. We've got something serious to discuss.
It isn't me that's being ridiculous.
You know what I'm talking about. Well?
Well, what?
Tell me about you and Dorothy Tate!
There's nothing to tell. I am not having an affair with her or anybody else.
Don't treat me like a fool!
Then stop behaving like one. I've been sitting here waiting for you to come in, and I managed to calm myself down. Because when I saw you outside the tailor's, I was very, very angry.
You were angry? What right have you got to be angry? You've been deceiving me for weeks seeing her.
Yes, yes. I've seen quite a lot of her recently. But that doesn't mean I've been going to bed with the woman.
It depends on whose point of view you're taking.
It was you who got us involved with that crackpot couple. But it was left to me to listen to her problems when that idiot Robin Tate left her, and now I'm being accused. I just don't believe it.
You don't believe that you took Dorothy Tate to the Petrochem reunion? You don't believe that she rang up at midnight and you went dashing off to see her? You don't believe that she came here cooking while I was away at Mother's?
Yes, all that happened, but nothing else did. I could have accused you and Robin of having an affair the times you spent together.
We didn't, that's the difference.
And neither did I. She needed someone to lean on, and I fell for it. Probably flattered, I won't deny that. But now I'm the victim of your wild imagination.
Oh, don't make me out to have dreamt the whole thing up.
That's exactly what happened. Good God. After so long, don't you know me? Have you no trust in me at all?
I've seen the way you've looked at each other, talked to each other.
The trouble with you is you've got too little to occupy your tiny mind. You sit in this house fussing and fretting over fantasies in your head, getting things out of all proportion while you're dusting while the real world goes on out there.
Right. Then I'll never dust again!
Annabelle. Annabelle, sit down there. Shut up and cool down.
Well, it's a bit of a shock, George.
You do understand, though, don't you, love?
Well, I do now. At first, I thought it was for insulting the twins.
Well, between you and me, you couldn't insult that pair without trying very hard. Where did you go to?
Damn the joke centre.
Nothing doing?
Not for me. Anne-Marie was right about my education, or lack of it. I'm thinking of going on some sort of course.
Yeah, well, do us both a favour, Michelle. Don't tell her she was right.
Suppose I'd better go and check in with my new landlady then. Honestly, she's got a cheek, Anne-Marie.
You don't have to go now, just tonight. Trouble is, you can't come back in here until Heather's past fit.
Well, I better pack a big bag then.
Marie's already packed it for you.
She's done what?
I'm sorry, but don't get on at me, eh?
Just wait till I see her.
She only did what she thought was best.
I go out, sign on, come back and find out I've moved.
It's a good idea, that, isn't it? A course for you.
Yeah, but there's no need now, though, is there? I mean, by the time I get back here, I'll have spent enough time next door to qualify as an accountant.
There's been enough reasons to put a strain on our marriage over the last couple of years. We can manage without the non-existent ones, can't we?
I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't cared for you.
I know. I've let things slide. I'm sorry.
Losing your managerial touch?
Temporarily. Now I'm back at work, you'll see an improvement all round. I want you to find yourself something interesting. For yourself.
Good morning, Michelle. Did you sleep well?
Yeah, smashing, thanks. Sorry I woke up. Just saying if you wanted anything.
Well, if you'd like to help yourself to some tea and toast, I wouldn't mind some as well.
Right, coming up. Oh, do you still want me to phone the doctor?
Yes, thanks. You always up this early?
No, must be the peace and quiet. I'm just not used to it. Thanks.
Cheers. Well, what?
You're quick enough to criticise. What about a bit of praise?
Yeah, it's lovely, Marie.
Ah, just because the Blazing Saddles wouldn't let you play with them last night.
I'm glad you're staying here, Rose. This is the best breakfast we've had for months.
Oh, he's got it chic.
That right, lads?
Yeah?
Right.
It really is good, Marie.
Well, when you're eating for two, you've got to keep your strength up.
Are you going to have twins? My foot?
Don't frighten the poor girl.
I'd be very pleased to have kids like you two.
Ah, isn't that nice?
When he needs you.
Little George, I'll belt you. Come on, if you finish, get ready for school.
Oh,
Come on. Chop, chop. Sorry about that, Rose.
It's all right.
They get a bit cheeky on times.
Well, it isn't that so much as inquisitive. You know, lively-minded.
They seem like two bright kids.
Oh, they are. I'm trying to persuade George to send them to private school.
That must be the best, but isn't that a fearful cost?
Yes.
But worth a few sacrifices.
It's like food and clothing, not to mention microwave ovens and video recorders.
I didn't mention video recorders.
I know, but I'd like one.
And I'd like to do the washing up.
Oh, no, you don't. George will do it. It'll be about time.
Flipping cheek.
I'm only joking. I'll wash, you can dry. And Rose, you sit down and I'll bring you a nice cup of tea.
All right, thanks. Don't overdo things. Remember, you don't actually start work till next week.
Oh, I'd like to get myself set up for Monday morning. See you early afternoon.
Bye.
Well, the thing that annoyed me was Marie packing the bag for me. I thought that was a bit much.
Must have been a bit of a shock.
Yeah, but she was so reasonable when I tackled her about it.
She does have a good nature, underneath a tough exterior.
I was going to have a go at her, but it's awfully difficult arguing through a letterbox.
Wouldn't they let you in?
No. I told her to have the injection and she said to come round here and she'd ring me up.
Oh, Michelle, I am sorry.
It's all right, makes a change. Come to think of it, that was the only thing that school did for me.
What was that?
Injections against this and that. But the German measles one's so obvious. I would have thought everybody would have had it. Well, anyone with any sense.
I haven't had the injection.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. You're right. If I had, I'd probably be pursuing my career now, not lying here being a burden to everybody.
Told you it's no trouble. Must be nice to have a proper job. Something people respect you for.
Well, I don't know about respect. I'm sometimes treated with the same contempt as the VAT man. But it is rewarding. You've never had a proper job?
Oh, yeah. I used to work in a shop until I was made redundant, and then as a barmaid down the Swan, which didn't last as long as I would have liked.
What would you do if you had the choice?
Don't laugh.
Oh, of course I won't. Tell me.
Well, with the settlement from Petra's estate, I'm quite well fixed in a quiet sort of way. Well, you know the details anyway.
Yes.
Well, I was thinking of going on a beautician's course, something like that.
Well, that sounds like a really good idea.
Well, not so much to make a living out of it. I'm realistic enough to know how difficult that would be.
And don't sell yourself short.
It's just to learn about makeup and colours of clothes, things like that.
Well, I think that's a great idea. There's nothing to stop you.
Do you think I should, then?
Indeed I do. You've nothing to lose.
Yes. You're right. I'm bound to pick something up. Bit of confidence. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
You do it, Michelle. Have a bit of faith in yourself.
I don't want a private education. Me neither. I like being in a big class. Because we'd have to wear stiff collars and long jackets and talk all fat. I know, let's tell we got the German measles. It's too obvious. Let's think of something better. Yeah, because I don't fancy staying there all day.
Come on, you two. You're going to be late for school. What have you got that cap on for?
To be thinking cap.
Come on. Ta-ra.
Yeah. See ya.
What do you think then, Mr. Collins?
I think the place is a shambles.
Why?
Nobody can tell me what the stock level is. Can you?
I can give you a preliminary figure. That's all I've got until the next physical count.
Physical count, that's a laugh. Nobody knows which are the empty drums and which are the full ones. And I believe some loads are going out without a valid order.
Oh, only internal orders, I'm sure of that.
It makes no difference. Nothing should go out of this yard without an order from the customer. And nothing should come in without an order from us and a delivery note to check against. Well, that's basic commerce, Tracy.
I just do what Mr. Bannister tells me to do, Mr. Collins.
And I bet Nigel Bannister's figures at the end of the month look pretty good. At the expense of that out there. Well, I think I've seen enough, Tracy. Would you get hold of Nigel Bannister for me and tell him that I would like to see him over here as soon as possible?
Where you going to, anyway? I think I'll go for a ride up to Southport in a new car. Yeah. Well, it should have been a van with the name of the tool hire on it, shouldn't it? What do you want to go there for, anyway? I like Southport. It's a bit quiet, though, isn't it? It's sedate. It's full of retired people, I would say. No, it's not. It's not too bad at the moment. The place is buzzing, though, with the garden festival and that. Do you ever think about getting old? Sometimes. I wonder what I'll be doing when I'm about 35. I was thinking about my mum and dad the other day. I mean, they're getting into middle age now. It's funny, you know. You never notice people getting old when you live with them. When did they get back from Spain? Next Tuesday. I've been thinking about it as well, sir. I mean, when they're old and feeble, I'll have to look after them. I'll hold them now. That's very thoughtful of you. Yeah, well, I thought about it. And I thought I'd best be out of there by the time that happens. The Mother Teresa of Brookside. But in the meantime, we'll do the paving for them. Oh, you're not all bad, are you? So you go and live it up in Southport, then? If Michelle can get away. Oh.
What did she say?
It's probably just a virus infection. But I told her about Rose and she took a blood sample for analysis.
She seemed very nice.
Oh, she is. And a good doctor.
So when will you know the results?
In 2 hours. You'll probably be home for tea.
I wasn't bothered about that, honestly.
Did I hear a caller earlier?
Yeah, it was Terry.
You'd no need to send him away.
Oh, he's all right. He's gone over to Barry's.
He's welcome while you're here.
Who? Terry or Barry?
Terry. I'd rather not comment on Barry.
That's typical of that school. Have you any idea who took it?
No, Mum.
£1 dinner money robbed in broad daylight in the playground. That's typical.
Just hang on a minute, Marie. You must have some idea who took it, lads.
They've just said they haven't. And you can hesitate over their futures after this.
They've lost £1. It's hardly the crime of the century.
It isn't the amount, it's the principle. This wouldn't happen to private school, George, and you know it.
I don't know it, Marie. I haven't a clue. Why did they send you home?
'Cause we were hungry.
Ah, just look at them. Wouldn't they look smashing in a smart school uniform?
They're going to need a school uniform when they go to the comprehensive, and that's going to cost us enough with 2 of everything.
You can't put a price on their futures. What do you think, Rose, as an impartial observer?
Well, I've hardly a right to give an opinion.
Yeah, you're best out of it, Rose.
Wouldn't you want the best for your child when it's born?
Marie.
It's a fair question.
Of course I'd want the best, but the best usually costs the most.
I'm not asking for Eton or Harrow, George. Just a nice, respectable school where they don't get the dinner money pinched.
Yeah. So, doctor's just got off. Oh, better get over there then. Good looking for a doctor, wasn't she? Thought you went into old age pensioners. She was only about 40, Ted. We thought about getting someone else to look at the agreement she's give you for the shop. Oh, yeah, I was going to get her to have a look at that. I'll nip over with you. You've as much chance of getting into that bedroom as Sam here have of getting into Europe. It's business, Ted. I know that and you know that, but try and convince Michelle. Look, I'm not some dirty old man who wants to get a blimp of it in the bed. You've no chance. Well, hey, Teddy, I think they've got more respect for me than you think. Do you want to bet? Yeah, I do. A £5. All right, you're on. I know you. You'll fix it with Michelle. No, I won't. All right. A £5 on one condition. What's that? No tricks, Terry. Just stay here while I get cleaned up. All right. It's going to be the easiest £5 I've ever made. No, it isn't. They know when I'm being genuine, sir. Business is business. Don't move.
That was our Michelle. The doctor's been and taken a blood test, so they should know shortly what's up.
Is it not German measles, then?
It might be, or it might be a virus infection. Anyway, the doctor said we did right keeping you away from her. Right, what was I saying?
I was saying that I've done all right with just a normal education.
Ah, look at him. God love him. He really believes that, Rose.
What do you mean?
We'd still be stuck on a council estate unless for tragic circumstances, not because of your dynamic job or wages.
And we'd be quite happy and contented.
Because we wouldn't know any better.
I think I'll go for a little walk.
No, no, no. Don't feel as though you'd have to be out the way. This isn't an argument we're having, Rose. This is a discussion that anybody can join in.
Yeah, as long as you're on Marie's side, eh, Marie?
Because the girl can see the sense of it, that's why.
Hey, here's something I've never told you.
Shall I walk the kids back to school for you?
No, love, don't trouble yourself. Come on then, George. What's this startling revelation?
Last week, I was asked to take part in the general knowledge quiz down at the Swan, possibly with a partner. You, if you want. You'd be quite appropriate. It's for husbands and wives.
Oh, well, I'm gobstruck. And there's me been treating you like a divvy all these years. What do you think about that, Rose? Congratulations.
Yeah, well, you can mock, but they very nearly got through to the regional quarter-final of the pub quiz team national contest 3 years ago.
And why have they asked you?
Because I've got a very good knowledge of general knowledge.
Yeah, no way.
I'm forever sorting out arguments down the pub, and I didn't need a private education.
Right.
What you doing?
This is a kid's book, right?
So?
I'm going to ask you 20 questions. If you get half of them right, I'll never mention private school again. If you don't, we'll make inquiries.
You daft, I'm not going to send them to private school just because of that.
I didn't say we'd send them, George. I just said we'd make inquiries.
You'll cheat.
Cross me heart and hope to die I won't.
You'll pick all the hard ones.
All right, then. We'll let Rose do it.
Well, I really don't think it should.
That's all right. Go on. Doesn't bother me.
Right, then.
I think I'll just nip to the toilet first.
Oh, George, just imagine what you'd be like if you were on Mastermind.
Sonia! I don't believe it. How lovely to see you after all this time.
And it's all been my fault. How are you, Annabelle?
Fine. Come in.
I heard you weren't starting till next week.
I'm not. It's just as well I came over today to start to reorganize.
We've been managing perfectly well like this for the past 8 years.
You mean nobody's taken any interest in the subsidiary for that long?
Tell me, Paul, exactly what is your brief? I thought you'd been put out to pasture.
I've come over to sort out the sods in this particular field.
I hope you're not going to try and make a name for yourself at the expense of other people's departments.
For years and years, Petrochem have been buying in chemical consumables. And year after year, it's become more expensive.
Well, I do happen to be the chief buyer.
Well, I'm surprised Brian Palmer hasn't outlined my brief to you then.
Oh, I know you're running this plant as a separate entity from my department and are expanding into buying in bulk and breaking down into small packages.
And increasing the sales to the open market. Did you know that?
I'd heard something about it, but I don't think it'll be cost-effective.
I'm going to make sure it is.
You are here to supply the general needs of the main factory.
In the most efficient way.
In any way that doesn't hinder the mainstream product. We can't be treating you like another wholesaler.
Why not?
Why not? Because suppose the time comes when we need a particular commodity and you've promised it to an outsider. Well, what are you going to do? Leave the parent company short?
If it's already committed to somebody else, yes. But isn't that where you come in?
What do you mean?
Well, as you yourself said, you're the chief buyer. If the factory runs short of materials, well, that's your responsibility. It's your job to make sure that doesn't happen.
Don't you try and tell me my job. It was you they made redundant. I've been with the company 22 years.
It was my department that was made redundant. But they've asked me to come over because they needed me.
Who do you report to?
Direct to the works manager, same as you do.
Well, there'll be a memo to him this afternoon telling him we can't work like this.
You mean efficiently?
I mean with a tail trying to wag the dog.
You're not the dog, Nigel. You're merely an appendage. All I'm saying is that the paperwork will be correct from now on. Nothing will come into this department or go out of it without being accounted for.
Oh,
You will
that's
have
all-
to give me an order form. Well, not necessarily the written order. That can come later in an emergency, but that should be rare. You'll be invoiced like any other customer, and if payment falls short of contract, I shall take the necessary actions I would with any other defaulter.
That is all very well and good. But when production starts screaming for something in the middle of a Saturday night, your paperwork will take a very low priority. It is the end product that counts.
And systems that make it profitable. This subsidiary will become self-sufficient and will cease to be the cornucopia for less efficient departments. That'll be the answer to any memo sent this afternoon.
And when I knew I had to come over this way for the auction, I tried to phone you.
I was busy yesterday. So, what made you go in the antique business?
It's a bottomless pit of riches, Annabelle, if you know what you're doing.
Sounds fascinating.
So you'll come with me. I can give you some hints about the business.
Oh, I'd love to. Don't know anything about auctions, though.
Don't worry, I didn't at first, but I do now.
It's lovely to see you again after all this while.
It was lovely to hear that Paul's back at Petrochem.
Yes, well, we did feel a little out of it at first, I must admit.
You've no need to now, Anna.
What was Istanbul previously known as?
All right, hang on now, I know this one. It's Turkey, isn't it?
Is that your answer?
No, I'm just thinking out loud.
Little George?
Constantinople.
Correct.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Give over, George. The kids are better than you. 6 to go and you need them all.
What is a Scarlet Pimpernel?
An English aristocrat who helped members of the French aristocracy escape execution during the French Revolution. Well, that's right, I know it is. It was on the telly, an English aristocrat who helped the French.
I'll give you another chance. I'm a clue if you think about it.
An Irish aristocrat?
I don't think I should give it to you.
Look, it's right, that. Sir Percy somebody or other. It was on the telly, and he was English, not Irish.
It's the name of a flower.
You failed, George.
I haven't. I got that one right.
Gary and little George have beaten you.
Yes!
Good job the dog's out.
You're not going up, I know you.
Oh, look, Michelle, he said she was awake. It's only for a minute, and it is important.
He's desperate to see her in bed.
Look, shut up, Terry, or it's void.
Oh, don't tell me. This is another daft bed.
No, it isn't, Michelle, honest. It's business.
Business?
Yeah, well, we want to show these forms and that, you know, for the two-eye business.
Well, you'll have to wait until she's up.
All right, Michelle, I'm not winding you up, honest.
Honest, you don't know the meaning of the word. Barry! Oh, sorry. Oh, hello, Doctor.
Barry, what do you want?
Well, I just called round to see how you are and if there's anything I can do for you, you know.
Well, there's nothing I need, thank you.
Hiya.
Is there a queue out there?
I was just passing. How are you?
I'm on the mend, thank you.
Well, me and Terry are thinking of leasing this place and we wondered if you'd have a look through this for us. I mean, you don't have to do it right now or not, you know, just when you can.
Oh, good.
Well, I must say, she's looking well, isn't she? Even though you're ill.
Thank you.
I tried to stop them.
Yeah, well, Heather doesn't mind.
That was the doctor on the phone with the results of your test. You've got mumps.
Mumps?
It's absolutely nothing to worry about. Of course, if you're a man in his early 20s, then you'd have problems. Make you sterile, probably.
You what?
As it is, you've just got to rest up and keep the visitors down, because it's very contagious.
Yeah, well, I think we better get off, don't you, Terry? Look after yourself, Heather.
It's funny. I don't seem to have any swelling, discomfort.
It's just a mild virus infection, and you should be up and about in a day or two. But they'll be keeping out of your way for as long as you want to pretend you've got the mumps.
I don't believe it.
Terrible.
Hello. Look who's here.
Oh, hello, Sonia. How are you?
Can't grumble. Congratulations.
On what?
I'm starting back at Petrochem. A little bird told me that's why I've called.
Make a habit of calling on everyone who's just started a new job.
He says the silliest things.
Been a long time.
Almost 2 years.
About the same length of time I was unemployed.
Yes, I said to Peter we must come across the water and visit the Collinses.
Across the Great Divide.
Sonia's bought an antique shop.
Oh, really?
She wants me to go to an auction with her. Isn't that fun?
Fascinating. How's Peter fared over the last couple of years?
Fine. He sends his regards.
Still golfing?
Still the same.
I think the last thing he said to me was, I'll be in touch for a round of golf just as soon as you're settled in the new house.
Time flies.
Not when you're unemployed, it doesn't, and you've all the time in the world to play golf.
Yes, well, that's all over now, isn't it? You must be delighted to be back at work.
Don't you mean back to respectability?
Sonia's taken me out for lunch.
Oh?
You must come with us, Paul.
Oh, no, thank you. I think I'll stay here. You never know who else might drop in.
I'll get my handbag.
I know it must have been very hard for all of you, Paul. And I do apologize. For Peter as well. We should have visited. But I didn't come because you got a job again. It was just that your name came up in conversation because of that.
Thank you for saying that, Sonia. You always were honest.
Oh, as soon as your back's turned, Anna.
Well, I think we'd better be going.
Have a nice time.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.
Bring Peter with you next time.
I will. Bye.
Bye.